And we are good to go. Hello to whoever's out there. It has been way too fucking long since any kind of streaming. But now it is time to get back into trying to do in video games what I fail to do in real life. Being productive. And because of that, we are going to be playing some Factorio with a little bit of a challenge run. The main part of that challenge run being 10x science cost. As for any other details, I'll get to that as soon as I start playing. So yeah, I'm just going to get right into it because I don't really have anywhere else to go with it. So, here we are. For anyone who's played Factorio before, you probably know in general what this is, but this is a Factorio Railworld. So the resources are going to be pretty decently big resource patches, but they're going to be more spread out. Normally on Railworlds, the biters don't expand. However, here they do. So, and I have given myself a little bit of a larger starting area. Although it's a fucking desert, I'm realizing, which is a problem. So yeah, we are definitely going to have to deal with biters eventually. The big thing is the 10x science cost, which, yeah, you can see it goes for most techs except some of the early ones, like automation is still just 10 red science. But you see here, like, already getting to logistics science, 750 red science engines, 1,000, 2,000 for logistics. It gets pretty fucking expensive once you start going past the, like, initial stages of the game. I think if we get a little bit deeper into things, let's see, something like price of productivity 1,000. Is it actually? I think it's. I did set it to a science cost multiplier factor of 10. Yeah, you can see, yeah, 2,500 for advanced material processing. So it's gonna get pretty expensive, which means we are gonna need to build a pretty fucking big factory. And we're in the middle of the fucking desert, but there is oil, which you'd expect in the middle of the fucking desert, at least according to real world examples. Right. I think just gonna start off. These little wreck pieces don't matter. I'll grab the ones that have resources in them. So because I have a relatively large starting area, I'm probably not gonna have to deal with biters super early. Though who the hell knows? Looking at the goddamn desert. Reason the desert's a problem, or rather, lack of trees is a problem, is that it can lead to or it leads to pollution being absorbed much slower, and when that's the case, then you are going to start having a lot of trouble with the biters getting angry about the pollution. It's not all the rocks either. I was hoping for some big rocks with coal in them, but I'm not seeing any. I'm gonna have to hand mine coal to get the fucking mining started. Looks like it. That's not good. Get a little bit going just to actually get some iron plates started. Are there no big rocks? The hell? What is this? It's just like small rocks, which are fine, but I was hoping for some of that juicy early coal. Huh. I guess I'm gonna have to get a coal snake up and running pretty freaking quickly. Because of the starting area, I shouldn't be on too much of a timer, but they do expand, so they are going to show up eventually. I don't like the fact that there are no big rocks. Wait, okay, that's it. I guess starting up nuclear is going to be easy with that little uranium patch. That's going to take 15 billion years to mine enough from it. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Do I have enough? Get 2 going. Yeah, it's just like the small rocks. Huh. Okay. Okay, there's one. That's gonna help a little bit. Yeah, the reason I wanted to do this run is for a while now I've played multiple runs of Factorio, though never really played them to the end. But I always felt like certain parts of the early game almost feel like they go too quickly, which I know sounds weird. But I started solo run a little bit ago, where I did 5x science cost, and it was actually really, really fun. To the point where I like, oh damn, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna do more challenge. Because it kind of meant the game flowed a bit better. For me at least. Let's see. Definitely get more of these going. So yeah, early on, just need to get enough iron going that we can get some basics, some simple stuff up and running. Which, usually I like to get electric mining drills before I start to scale up with proper automation with assembly lines, and I think that's still going to be the case, because mining with burning miners is just painful. It just... yeah. Because you've got to fuel them and everything, and just, no, does not work. Does not freaking work. Ooh, there's another big rock. Oh yeah, that's a neat thing they've added with some of the like early technologies that you used to start with. They weren't really techs of their own. It was a change they did with Space Age, where they made them into what they call discoverable technologies. So instead of needing research bottles, you get them based on taking certain actions in game, like crafting enough iron plates. Yeah, anyway, just gonna turn all that stone into furnaces, because god damn, we're gonna need a lot of them. I don't need at least one full stack of iron just to start with. How much iron do we actually have? Yeah, almost 1 million in the first patch. 0.5 mil copper. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm just gonna make all of those. Should get 2 up and running with copper right away. Need to make a lab. We do have capacity to make power, but we're going to need a lot more resources for that. So I'm thinking... forest seems to be kind of in this direction, so I think I'm going to build on the right hand side of the starting pool, I guess. And with the resources down here, probably makes the most sense to build upwards. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Boiler, steam engine, offshore pump, some pipes. Coal. Two more of these. Okay, this is what's known as a coal snake. The miners will mine into each other's fuel inventories, and then you can just go and mass empty them. Give me the plates, including those. God, getting the first power up and running is so just... ugh. Power poles. I need to make that first lab as well. And I do need some trees. Gotta remember watching a challenge run where they were playing on a map with no trees. So they only started with the one piece of wood in their inventory, which I'd say made it borderline impossible in the early game. Because you don't have, like, you need wood to make power poles. So if you only get 2 power poles, you're kind of screwed. I need more iron for that. Whatever. I'll grab that first. Make a lab. And once that's done, we should be able to start making science. No, run out of coal. And now we can start doing science. I think we needed 25 bottles for just basic automation. Let's see. Oh no, 10. What's the other thing that's really important? Oh, we need 200 for logistics is crazy. But that's increased science for you. Let's see here. We can make the boiler stack this way. Yeah. Just want to have a little bit of distance just in case I need to make a path through later. Get the first boiler. Turbine and another turbine. Ooh, we should probably make an inserter too, and a box. Oh, I should have brought some fucking coal. Yeah, what's the point of making a coal boiler? To try and get some freaking power. And then I forget the coal. Ooh. Hello, Pay. Welcome, welcome. Ah, of course you're playing fucking Night Rain. Of course you are. Of course you wouldn't be doing anything else. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Glad you could make it. Let's Just get this first little thing going. The first little batch of coal, and we have power! Woo! Finally. Then let's take the first little bit of research and get going. Ugh. I think even though like usually it's fine with this like little amount of early setup, I think I'm gonna need some more to get to the electric mining drills in a reasonable amount of time. Just a hunch. Just a hunch. I'll make 4 more. Oh, I'm even going to make a couple of miners just to get some stone early on. Because I'm gonna need so much of it. Especially when there's no freaking rocks on the ground in the nearby area. You know what? We need more of these. Get those up and running. Okay, that's maybe a bit too many. Automation finished. Green science we're not going to be able to jump right to for a while. We're probably not going to get green science until we already have our first stacks up and running. Military is not super priority yet. Yeah, it's going to be logistics. Actually, yeah, I need both logistics and electric mining drills, both of them, before I can set things up properly. Yeah, fuck it, let's just start on the mining drills, because they're going to take the longest to craft anyway. And then we are going to want to get some just dirty, simple, basic automation right out the gate, including an extra lab. Alright. I wonder if this one with mixed input is going to actually be able to mine both coal and iron and be able to fuel this. It'd be funny if it did. Oh, it did. Nice. Oh, went faster. Let's get working on the earliest fuck science. So we're gonna need a assembler. We're gonna need one making gears. Nothing is gonna be according to correct ratios yet, but that will just have to be. Go. Of course, I used up all the iron immediately. Nope, Why the fuck did I put it topside when I could put it? Is there something about doing this while streaming that's making me do stupid decisions? Probably. I'll say it's that. This needs to be copper plates. I've heard people describe things like stage fright and shit, and like I've never thought about it like that, but I guess there is a sort of like performance anxiety when you are playing a game or doing some other thing in front of other people. That's a good amount to start with. I do want to get at least double this setup, just so that it actually freaking works. Or just so that it actually works within a reasonable time. Let's see. So you can get the factories. I did make another lab. Do that. Science. Alright. This should start taking away, even though it's not super fast. But as long as it's fed with materials, we will eventually get there. Did you win? Did you win your run? Alright, yeah. Appreciate that. I will do some audio adjustments. It's actually the perfect time to do it since I'm kind of waiting on resources to be building up. You did win! Nice! Was it a boss that we have already fought already? Oh, was it a boss that I've fought? Depth fought, Jesus. That sounds terrible. Let's see. Add a little bit of a gain filter. Alright. Can you tell me how the audio seems to be now? Wait, what the hell? Why is my chat window fucked like this? Oh my god, I'm losing my freaking mind. What the fuck? It's like... It's cutting off the bottom. Why is it cutting off the bottom? Hold the fucking phone. Why? Why is it doing that? Okay, let me try and fix this shit. I would appreciate that, yes. It would be helpful. But right now the thing I'm worried about is just that... Yeah, it was just the chat window that was bugging the hell out, and now it's just not working. Probably need to save and get a new URL for it or something. Let me see if I can fix it first. I'm gonna pause the game. God damn it. Well, at least I make no claims of being a professional streamer, right? Oh, and now it's not showing anything. What the hell? Does the freaking location in the Stream Elements window thing fuck with it? Opening new tab. Oh no, it's not showing anything. I hate this. What claims I do make? I claim the throne of my own home. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. It's just going to be what it is. I don't care enough to fix it right now. I'm going to keep playing the game, because that's why I'm here. No, we actually have decent amounts of coal. Hell yeah. Fill those up properly. Nice. Yeah. I need to fuel these. Hissing? You mean this? The game makes sounds, yes, correct. Yes, so 10x science, normally for the most techs, you need 10 times the amount of science packs, so you need to have a much bigger scale production, and things or things take a lot longer. Other things that I've done with this world, so it is slightly adjusted Railworld settings, which means that the resource patches are a bit bigger and have more in them, but they are noticeably further apart, so encouraging you to build rail networks. I do have biter expansion on, even though it's normally turned off in Railworld, so biters will expand and they will be a persistent problem throughout the entire game. But I've given myself, because I'm playing on 10x Science and I'm not some like Death World maniac, I've given myself a larger starting safe zone. So the early game is more forgiving, but the biters will eventually ramp up to full strength over time, and I will have to deal with them while having to produce 10 times as much science to reach certain things. So just getting the basic early electric mining drills 250, 750 to get the first green science. And yeah, shit is very expensive in terms of research. I wonder what nuclear power costs, because I remember that being stupidly expensive. So uranium miners is 1,000. 8,000 to unlock nuclear power. So yeah, shit is gonna take a while. Oh boy. But yeah. So right off the bat here, I'm just getting electric mining drills and logistics out of the way so that I can get an actual set of furnace stacks up and running. Honestly, I kind of want to get another set just like this up. Just because it's going to take a while otherwise. Yeah, of course I need more copper. Yeah, no. The chat window looked like it worked for half a second, and then it didn't, and I gave up. trying to use stream elements and it's being uncooperative. Probably because I'm using some old shit that isn't properly configured. Let's see. Let's get this. These up and running. And alright, the labs take like 10 fucking years to make. Also, I'm both glad that I have the bigger starting area, because otherwise I would be thoroughly fucked here, but I'm still concerned because I'm in the middle of a fucking desert, and that's never good early game because it means there's no trees to absorb the pollution, which can go very badly, potentially. I think I need more of these mining drills. Actually, even though I'd rather not scale that much up on those. Alright. Oh, I need to connect it up with... No, it is connected up. What? Why is it... Oh, because I put the resources in the wrong crates, because I'm an idiot. That's honestly kind of impressive. Fuck. Alright. Just gonna have coal here so that I can quickly do this. Oh, it's jammed up. Oh, that one's a little janky. But yeah, planning to try and get kind of like a building upwards here, I think. Yeah, I think that would be the best. Like pull the resources out here and build the furnace stacks up. I could start blueprinting them actually. I'm gonna need like 10 billion belts, but I do have enough furnaces. I'm just gonna make some early belt automation even. That's probably a good idea. And I'm gonna need more wood for power poles. I miss some of the things you unlock later in the game in Factorio. The exoskeletons getting a lot more movement speed. It's gonna be such a slog. Hell, I just want a car. I want to explore the area. I wonder what the hell is beyond this desert. Is it able to power all this? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's actually completely fine. Good. Let's do... this one more belts, and this one is going to need gears. You know what, I'm going to make some wooden chests just so I don't waste all my steel. Yeah, that should be fine for now. There we go. Oh, getting close. 2 minutes left to mining drills are done. I guess I can just queue up logistics right away. Actually, this one doesn't want to be full on coal. Mining drills, logistics. What's the prior right after that? Radar would be helpful, but I think I'm actually going to do fast inserters third. And then we need to make a fucking metric ton of transporter belts. Oh, actually the inserters is going to be the hard part. Well. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just start blueprinting. So we are going to want a pretty decent furnace stack. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, congrats. Good for you. Let's see. All right, time for math. That is 8, 16, and that is 32. I know you would, because you don't want to build and expand. You just want to build a tiny little thing that works, and then you just sit there and go do something else, because you're weird. But different weird than me, because we're both weird. Yeah, so that's 32, 36, 40. Wait. Okay, that's 48. So that is the total amount we want. That is a full stack. I know you like your tiny little thing. That's fine, but like, you fail to grasp the true essence of the term "the factory must grow." That's, yeah. Oh yeah, no, the pollution here is going to be horrendous. The fact that I'm in the desert is very concerning. But this 48 furnaces is almost exactly... It's as close as you can get as exactly filling one full belt worth of production in terms of throughput. What 4 terms? What? What are you talking about 4 terms? Yeah, it's a statement. It's a philosophy. And you fail to grasp it properly. Dude, I tried to set it to nothing. I saw the 4 terms thing, I just didn't understand what you meant. It's not stream delay, it's brain delay. Didn't even understand what the fuck you were talking about. Gotta make 10 billion of these. But I see, I'm mining stone early. Look at that. Wouldn't you be happy about that? I know it's delayed, but I tried to set it as fast as possible, but like freaking settings and everything and whatnot just don't want to cooperate with me. And also I'm bad at streaming. What do you mean? Oh, I didn't nuke you? What? Just the chat room thing didn't work. Dumbass. Make brick factory now. I'll get to it. I do want to have a good setup of bricks, so I will get to it. I am a brick-laid factory connoisseur, but I want to have my main production chains up and running first. But you know, this stuff takes time. Quality takes time. Brick flavored Factorio. Genau. Alright, well, the copper line here at least is going to be good. There is a part of me that is thinking I need to make room for potentially making a second. I should probably do that, so that there is at least enough room for that, and then I can do this. Just for good measure. Yeah, right. That looks good. God, this is going to take so long. Alright, fuck it. Let's just start with the easy part. Just realized I don't need the full stack for copper immediately. It's just the iron that needs the full stack right away. Oh, I'm gonna need a ton more wood, aren't I? Yup. So much handcrafting. Fucking hell. What the sign stop? It stopped completely. What the fuck? Okay, what did I run out of? just refilled on iron, so I must have run out of copper. Let's see. That or power? Oh, the power ran out. Well, that's my fault. Oh yeah, there's still plenty of copper. If I do this, it's not oversized, then yeah, just fill the damn thing. I'm still gonna need more inserters. That one's done. You need 100 inserters per stack. So I need at least another 50-ish. Well, getting to space is gonna take a while, let's be honest. I guess it is a little bit misleading. You got me there. I apologize for that, but yeah. Getting to space is gonna take a while. But eventually, there will be goat in space. Eventually. In a while. Power lines. It's not a lie, it's just hopeful. I mean, I might get to space today. It might. Yeah, I could get to space today. It would involve streaming until late at night, but yeah, it's possible. So it's not a lie, it's just very optimistic. Yes. What about what boss in Night Rain? What do you mean if I know Libra? Oh! No. Just by rumor and reputation. Just by rumor and reputation. No, there's no. That's kind of a big assumption to make, not gonna lie. Not all goat demons know each other. There are a lot of goat demons. If you're gonna get to space today at 10x science, then you'll be streaming for like 20 hours. I mean, I could get there probably before the end of the day, but I would have to stream continuously until late at night. And I would have to play very optimized the entire way, which I like optimization, but not that type of optimization. So no, it's not gonna happen. Goat demon get together. I mean, I can pass along the question. Go on. Gives bad deals. Clay tablet with complaints. So again, only by reputation, but from what I know, you would not be the first. You would not be the first. I think, honestly, I think it's just speculation. Can't speak for the guy, but or them technically, but I think they thrive on it, honestly. So you could probably try and put together that clay tablet of complaints, but I think they're just gonna laugh and keep on going. So it's not really gonna achieve much, unfortunately. That is actually true. That's just you not knowing what it means. Like, that one's actually correct. That's not a scam, that's just reality. Sorry, bud. Well, if I run and place down, I end up placing down twice as many as I need. Oh, never plays without drones again. Yeah, no, getting 2 drones is one of the, like, really big... one of the really big points that make the game kind of feel playable. Which is going to be painful here, considering, you know, the increased science costs. It's going to be very painful. Also, I need to make a shit ton of mining drills. Yep. So, get those plates. Oh no! Stone mining stopped. Started again. Yeah, no, there are a lot of people who play either with some kind of mod that gives access to slower drones that work early, like you start with them. There's also one that's called, I think it's called Blueprint Shotgun, which makes it so, like gives you like a special shotgun that essentially you shoot where you want things to be built, and if there is a blueprint there, it builds things in that area. That one is kind of funny to me. Now I placed way more than I needed. Well, I'm just gonna leave them there, because, yeah. But yeah, there are a lot of people who play early on with either the blueprint shotgun or some kind of mod that gives access to construction bots early on. For very good reason. I totally get why, and in my mind it's one of those things like, yeah, this is a single player game with optional multiplayer that's you play according to the parameters you set for yourself. There is no hard and fast rules on what is the correct way to play the game. Kind of like how you learn to love Elden Ring, with realizing that it's actually okay to play strength builds and faith builds. It's also completely okay to play Factorio with mods that makes the game less miserable for you. In fact, I would encourage it. Okay, so we got the furnace stacks up, we're making electric mining drills, we are researching logistics. We have run out of iron plates on half of the science. But we're getting there, we're getting there. Well, the fun part is I haven't saved and brought with me any like pre-made blueprints for like circuits and shit, so we're going to be making those from the bottom up, and we're going to have to be making them scalable as well. So that's going to be a bit of a job. A fun job, I think, but a bit of a job. Ah, this one ran out as well. 4 minutes in logistics, yeah. Oh, and I'm definitely going to have to scale up my power. Not for this necessarily, but the electric mining drills are going to need a lot of power. That handcrafting is going to take forever. I just realized I said handcraft me 31 electric mining drills. Okay. Yeah, that's an amount. Certainly. And those belts are going to be needed. I'm just going to pick them up. Do I want to do up or do I want to do sideways? I like doing sideways. It also makes it expandable. I'm gonna have to make things expandable here. So I'm gonna have to keep the level of spaghetti to a minimum. Sorry, Italians. 1, 2, 3, 5. I want to have 5 in between, especially on these, because I want to be able to expand them and add on more. But hey, this place is already a desert, so it's not like I'm ruining all of nature trying to build here. Yeah, no worries. Appreciate you hanging out and appreciate the advice. Does the audio sound better now, by the way? I added on a gain filter on the desktop audio and increased the gain filter on the microphone audio. Hope it's a bit better. Is the game... Okay, is the game audio I can turn up in-game. Is it the game audio that's very quiet? Okay, I have that one way down, actually. Or is the microphone audio also very quiet? And if I do that, and then if I, you know, try to be a little bit less of a fucking shrimp and actually sit properly so that my microphone is more properly... Ah, okay, mic audio mostly. And then I'll turn the game back down a little bit and get into a better position for the microphone. I should actually have my desk further up, I'm realizing. Though that is not something I'm going to get into adjusting right now. Mic audio filters, and then add a little bit more on the gain there. There we go, that should be a lot better. There. Alright. Oh shit, ran out of coal here. Let's fuel everything up. Oh, I don't need to fuel that one up. That one's getting fuel. Plates. Let's see. So I want to try and get as much of the copper as I can without having to deal with fucking iron overlap. God, this is gonna look very spaghetti, I'm realizing. Yeah, see, you'll get your spaghetti. It's kind of wavy spaghetti. What kind of spaghetti is this? If it looks wavy like this, what type is it? try to do the same thing here. I'm eventually gonna have to set up like a mixed miner that filters things out, aren't I? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Now this, I know, is going to eat so much fucking power that I'm dreading thinking about it. Ugh. Alright. So I just realized I did not do this correctly. They are supposed to have split belts going in. Good thing I didn't start piping the fucking resources the wrong way. Like some kind of moron. God, I need construction bots. It's so far away, but I really need them. Oh, wait. So I have these open. Gonna need at least this many. And I'm gonna need some splitters and underground belts. Funsies we need in here gonna be this. Because the big thing that I've got to set up is coal. Let's see. There's the copper ore. And then we're going to have the same thing for the iron. Is this unnecessarily long? Yes. Do I care? No. Also, I did it wrong, because I should have started this much earlier. I am an idiot. Fuck. How much of this shit am I gonna have to do? All of it, actually. Nope. Wait. I wasn't supposed to pick that one, but okay. I think there's enough of the stuff that's already here, so... God, still a few more splitters and undergrounds. Coal looks fine. Although I'm going to need a lot more of these. Power's going to be fine with that. And of course I forgot to pick up what I went there for, belts. Lovely. At least I have a few hundred of them there. Splitter and a splitter there. Nice. I do in fact not have enough belts. Damn it. I have underground belts, so that's good. Cool. I'm gonna have to feed that off of the same one, I think. It's gonna look a little jank, but oh well. This. Yep. That. And then. This is where we're going to need to get the coal. Although I'm also going to need to get it up to the boilers. But that's less of a serious issue. I can do that later. Let's collect all these bones. We need to power this. that. Got 10 mining drills, there should be a good amount to get coal up and running. Probably gonna set up some mixed miners to clean these up later. Oh, we're so close. So close to furnace stacks. What have I actually been playing? Let's save and just see how long I've been playing. Playtime, an hour. Okay, yeah, so I'm an eighth of the way for the 8-hour rocket achievement. Terrible. I kind of want to do radar artifacts instead, just so I can actually start revealing the map. Because it's going to be ages before I actually walk away from here. Oh, god damn it. Alright. Let's see. Get these power poles up. Mainly just so I can make the line over here. Everything is hooked up, and we're at least getting the iron and copper ore. Very nice, very nice. Now I just need the coal. I don't think I have enough belts to get quite there. A little bit more. But these are feeding in correctly. That's good. There, now the coal's flowing as well, and these are going to get fueled up. Nice. Should probably set up that collection rig that I usually do, because I'm still going to need to handcraft a bunch. So priority, output, left. We can do iron chests. I like doing this just to have a storage of overflow, because it's something that's always going to be necessary to handcraft in earlier stages of the game, regardless of how efficient your factory is. So with this, it's going to push the overflow into here once the actual main belt is fully saturated. Okay. I do need to actually finish up this one though for that to work. So yeah, once the main belt's fully saturated, overflow goes here, storage, which is nice. think I'm already looking at, I need to scale up the coal production, or coal extraction rather. Let's find more. Copper and fueling I'm going to be completely fine on for a good while. Oh shit. I missed a splitter here. Only half the copper stack was working. Belts. Let's start working on getting this belt in place. Because this is going to be a long one. You know, I could do a little spaghetti, just as a treat, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we could do a little bit of spaghetti, just as a treat. Let's see, so like that, we can do this, and we can do, very good. There. I need it underground as well. Yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? There's... Where is it? Ah, oh, fuck's sake. Just getting a tiny bit of iron there. Well, now I'm gonna have to fucking clean that up. Let's see. Can I catch it before it gets too far in? Yes, for the most part, I think. And get rid of that, and get rid of that. I don't think there's any iron plates polluting the belt now. Okay. Oh, I hate when you get mixed mining like that. Fucking sucks. Yeah, anyway. Let's do one of those fun things in the world and run down the factory belt and just scoop up resources like a fucking vacuum. Love it. There we go. Let's see. I needed a couple more undergrounds. Some more splitters. Splitter here. It's gonna go like this. So far back. It's still gonna be a little bit cramped here to get all of the iron up to this. But with this, we are gonna be getting coal flowing up to the boilers. And once it's kind of saturated, then I'm gonna be throwing on some a priority so that we will prioritize sending coal to the fuel line. So actually, I'm gonna have another priority thing going. Set to priority input right. Actually, I need an iron chest for that. Did I use up every single inserter I had? I Fuck. Because I wanted to use up this coal first. What? I did say input priority right, didn't I? Target for what? Does the input priority here not work? Huh. Yeah, I'm just an idiot. Anyway. What did it stop on? No iron plates. Okay. Still want to try and get fast inserters, but once they are done, probably this science stack is going to be dismantled because I'm going to have to make a new one. Alright. Furnaces of cooking, mines of mining. Just gonna get a few more up and running on coal. And then I think I'm actually happy with that setup for now. Okay, so we've got a full stack of iron, a half stack of copper, and we've got basic science running, we've got power, and we have the beginnings of a main bus. Nice. Very, very nice. Do we get red signs up immediately, or do we start with some simple materials automation that we're gonna need? Definitely gonna need assemblers. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with some belt automation, and then yeah. So let's take a look at, I don't think the ratios on this, I think it's just a 1-to-1 on the basics. Yeah, it's just a 1-to-1. So this stuff's going to be kind of tacked on at the beginning part here, which is going to be a little bit basic and simple, but that is fine because we're going to need to build a new one anyway when we do red belts. But this is just, we are going to need so freaking much of this that I just want to have it out of the way immediately. Damn, out of wood again. It would be nice if I had some more. Just get a soundboard so I can do like drunch. Get some wood. Get these. belt automation. We can dismantle the mini belt automation here. That. I want to have this kick in for a while. Fast inserters I do want to get out of the way because they do help with making some of the builds a lot cleaner, so you don't have to do like multi-stacking inserters for certain parts. Alright, let's start with red signs automation. So I think I want to try and build for, let's see, just grab some more iron. Start seeing what the ratios are, because I remember for red science, 1, 2, 3, you do a gear assembler, which is 1 gear per second, and the science needs 0.1 gear per second, so it's a 1 to 10. So usually, I should blueprint so I can place it properly where I want to. Usually I'll be going 5 like that. I should just like open the map and go into blueprint mode so I don't have to fucking forget that all the time. So this is, I believe, 30 SPM. Depends on which factory levels you have. But I want to double this. And to do that, I can stack it further. And I think stacking it is still low enough consumption that it can feed off a single belt here. Yes, it is. So that's 20 assemblers, which means we're going to need 2 gear assemblers. Now, if I do this, we have that in there. So if we get the iron there, and then I can feed that out there. And then we can have the copper coming in like this. Actually put the belts the correct way. Because that way, with this setup, I get the gears made in the center here, and then each of these are supplying its lane of 10. And then we get the gear on the outside of the belt and the copper plates on the inside. And with 10 assemblers, that's gonna be completely fine in terms of throughput. Nope. Yeah. That does work. Okay. Nice. So I got my science build. I think we can place that. Because I think when I start adding new resources to the belt, because we're gonna have things like circuits, and eventually going to be adding a stack to producing steel. Steel is probably going to be on the lower side here, so below the iron. But I think I might want to have the circuits on top, so I do want to have a little bit of distance up. Actually, it's not that important, because if the circuits are probably going to be added on very early. And still I want a little bit. we'll do like that. Right. We are gonna need some splitters. I already have almost enough assembly machines. I actually only need one more assembly machine. That's perfect. And we're gonna need a fair few more inserters. I think the next thing is definitely making green circuits though. Because the research is, with this I can move the labs. The research is still going to take a while, even with this kind of throughput. But we're going to need so many freaking green circuits that I want to get that up after this. So copper there, and then iron here. And then we just do a little underground belt here. Have this connected. Excellent. Then it is time to start filling in. And I can go get some belts from my belt automation. And for the sides, I'm going to use yellow inserters, but specifically here on these gear assemblers, I'm going to want to use fast inserters, because otherwise you're going to be struggling to feed these with enough material, because they do the material consumption per second, like these take 2 steel plates per second, is so fast that it doesn't properly account for it doesn't properly account for the yellow inserters aren't enough to feed it quickly enough. Get the power hooked up. Line all these up here. God, construction bots are going to be so nice. I'm probably going to be saying that, like, I don't know, every 20 minutes, every 10 minutes maybe even, depending on what I'm doing. Because, God, we need construction bots. Come on, I'm sitting here making red science, first red science automation, and I'm crying about needing construction bots. They sound like pay. Okay, and then it's power. I think we do these 2 and 2. Like this. Here. I want to actually see if they get enough quickly enough with these blue ones. Yes, they do. Okay, good. And we have that. And then we're going to go pick down the labs and make some new ones. sure I don't cut off power to the rest of the base. Yes. I know there's a policy of don't dismantle until you've replaced it, but this is literally getting replaced in like less than a minute. Okay. So with that, we do science here. Oh, there's rocks. And then I'm gonna sideload these because there's gonna be more science coming onto this belt. Okay, I think this looks like a good place to start with our little science setup. Just gonna set these up with direct loading here now, because I'm gonna have to make the like bouncing merry-go-round setup later. I'm gonna have construction bots before I need to do anything with this. Actually, wait, no, I'm not. What the hell am I talking about? I need to be able to do that. Never mind. I'm gonna need to have to space them out right away, actually. That's fine. Oh, well, not immediately, but I want to have it early. Set up these. Find a piece off. And voila! Science. I do need more labs though. Ugh. But yeah, this should be a pretty solid output of red science. Like obviously right now it's kind of low because of being tier 1 assemblers, but as soon as we get tier 2 assembling machines, this is going to be a very, very solid amount of science output. I'm going to knock the military researchers out of the way just so that I have them available. Because I have no idea what the situation is like when it comes to biters right now. And then I'm going to get another 8 labs set up right away as well, just in case. And then it's going to be red circuits. No, not red circuits. What the hell am I talking about? Green circuits. I did get a pretty cool green circuit setup made not too long ago, but I'm not fully remembering exactly how I did it. So the ratios, I do remember, because it's one of the more annoying ones. 1, 2, 3, so we can just copy. So we're going to need a 3 to 2, because these take 3 copper wires per second each, and these make 2 per second each. So there's going to be 6 covering that. And these are also the kind that do need blue inserters to keep the pacing going. So we have this, 1, 2, 3, this. Now the part I do remember here is that there is the kind of funky belt setup in order to feed the iron, because that's always the problem with these builds, is feeding the iron to the circuit assembly. I think I'm actually going to use fast inserters for the whole thing. So if I remember correctly, the trick is to do this. And the setup basically goes like this. And I think what I did was, let me try, see if I can get it correctly right away. Let's see, gun turret. I'm just going to queue these up so they're out of the way. We have there. If I copy like this, does it stack neatly there? Yes! Yes, it does. The only thing I forgot about was the main belt going through the center. Okay! So the question is just, how tall do I want to build this right away? How tall can I afford to build this right away in terms of copper? Because that's 6, 12... That's 12 on each side. So just a 2 stack is already going to be requiring more than I'm currently producing. But hey, I can build up I can actually finish the full stack. That would be a good idea. Let's see if I do. Gonna have a place room to expand quite a bit if I need to. This definitely leaves room for 2 full stacks more. Okay, I'm gonna build it fully. Like I'll build it like this, but I'm only gonna build half of it initially. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I'm going to add on below this one, below that one. So 3 in between is fine. Okay, cool. So for building half, I'm going to need 20 assemblers. That's going to be enough of those. This has not taken into account power, so I'm going to need to get more wood, and I'm going to need to make a bunch more fast inserters. Alright, that's not too bad. I really want to get a car so I can start exploring. I have no idea where the biters are. I'm so scared of them because I'm polluting like freaking crazy. There's a real chance I might just get ambushed by biters and, like, lose my freaking mind and all my marbles and everything at once. Now that I'm looking at it, I should probably get some freaking defensive stuff up. At least, like, some guns. So I can get rid of the biters if they come running. Okay. And I was also going to expand the lab stack. That's why I actually had this exact amount of 8 fast inserters. Okay. Nice. Alright, start placing. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Oh, we are kicking the research out of the way. Let's see. Good on belts. Actually, I have a lot of undergrounds too. That's nice. Get those placed right away. Makes it easier to think. This. I've actually built this exact design once before quite recently. I really like how this design looks. It's like, it's probably, almost certainly not the most space efficient out of the possible ways to set up a green science stack, but I'm not really thinking about what's the most space efficient here. I'm actually thinking about, like, oh yeah, this design looks cool and is also very easily repeatable up the line. So let's see. This is gonna be a iron feed. Which means it's gonna need to come in from here. So yeah, I do need more undergrounds. And then this here is going to be copper. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to go and fill in the rest of the copper stack. For sure. I'm just going to do it then while I'm handcrafting some. Start placing these. This handcrafting is taking forever. But hey, I'm gonna have a shit ton of stuff fully researched. Might even be done with green science in time. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do damage research in the background when I can. Almost have enough for the first segment. And I'm definitely not going to build the second segment quite yet. Not ready for that. I should probably do the same, like, storage setup for this as well. This. Yeah, that's good. Those kind of stuck in the source here. Thinking. Ah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 more of these. Yeah. Steel unlocked. I should probably make a dedicated stack for steel with enough spacing between, but I want to have... Now, you know, fuck that. I'm going to have certain pieces of automation done first because, holy shit, I do not want to deal with some of these things without having that in place. Damn, I'm just going to go collect more wood. All this handcraft is going to take forever. Anyhow. I'm liking the look of this factory though. It is growing quite nicely. I think I've got enough inserters now to finish that up. Let's see. Get that in place, and then obviously the power poles as well. Nice. And then I can finish this up. And then I just need to power it. So, for that, we are going to need these. 3 in the center. 2 on the sides here. And then 2 here. Like that. I believe that's full coverage. Yes, it is. There and there. That looks like it's got every inserter covered. And I'm also going to need to get these here up. And then we're electronic circuits! It's the stuff I'm making, damn it! Just need some splitters. Is going to feed in the iron. Oh, actually, I usually put it one tile earlier because it looks a bit nicer. This is all stacked and fed. Oh yeah, now it's eating into the iron. Oh, it's just feeding the belt. Oh, it's just filling and saturating the belt. But yeah, I'm probably going to notice this on... I might actually, the first place I'm probably going to notice this is power. So let's see when we hook it up. Yep, it is immediately struggling. But that is as predicted. And easy to fix. I think adding 2 is going to be fine for now. Go. I need to make some more pipes as well. These. Green sign's just done. So we'll just kick out heavy armor and then actually get the first levels of damage research queued while we work on getting the next tier of science going. Alright, there we go. Power upscaled. And we actually have some weapons to defend ourselves with, should push comes to shove as well. We got a good amount of belts stored up. Do want to make a few more shotgun shells though. And we have green circuits in good amounts. Excellent. Also looks like we are pretty well on the number of labs for the amount of science we're consuming and producing and consuming, because it's not fully stacked up, but I don't think we're underproducing either. Maybe just a little bit when the power was struggling. Alright, well, I think next up is green science. Transport belts and inserters. I kind of really want to get a steel stack up running, but I think we need the signs. Right, let's make some assembly machines. And let's get blueprinting. The green signs is transport belt and inserters. I don't remember the ratios off the top of my head though. So let's start working that mathemagics. I believe it was 2 for one of them and 1 of the other, so let's see. I remember the ratio I used to do for red to green signs is I used to do 12 green signs for each 10 reds. I believe that the setup I usually did then was 2 inserters and 1 belt production for each set of 12. So if we are looking at a setup that is similar, that would be 12, 24. So if we're looking at trying to get this going then, essentially, for green science, then we want to have 4 2 belt assemblers and 4 4 of those going. I'm gonna quickly grab a calculator and check that math before I lose my mind on somehow. Let's see. 0.08. Let's see. 1 divided by 0.08 is 12.5. So we are overproducing slightly with 4 of these and 2 of these. But that is fine, because if I set that up smartly, then I can take the overproduced materials and siphon them off. So if I move this one slightly further up, just for convenience sake. So we're going to have 4 of these. And each of these is going to need a gear assembler, of course. And we want to have 2 of these. Each of these needs gears. And then each of these need gears as well. Thought if I do like this, I have funny ideas. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go pick up materials to be able to handcraft more, because I'm realizing I'm gonna need a shit ton of blue inserters. Actually, I can pick up these to make it a lot faster. There we go. Do that while I'm thinking. Because if these are getting fed in like that, and these are just getting iron plates. Then they're just missing the green circuits, so... Because that means I can put the output directly here. And I can have... that type of in-feed. Then the iron gears are going off the iron plates from this side that are going to be on the outside here and then going directly in, but they also get the plates here, and then the circuits are going to come on the inside, and then I can do the output like this. Oh, that's brilliant. That's actually brilliant. Okay, this is... I like this. I kind of like this. And then this one is just even fucking simpler because it's literally just iron plates in. Belts out. Okay. If I make this setup here, it's going to be relatively easy to get the iron to it. And I can make this setup here. Which is also going to be relatively easy. And then the best part of this is going to be three tiles in between. Like this. While these go down to overflow storage. Oh, this is funny. Actually. This is one of the things I really like about Factorio, when you do quote-unquote stupid things, and then you realize, wait, that's actually really smart. And it's not necessarily that it is incredibly smart, but you feel smart. Well, you can take a look. It's getting interesting. I'm doing new designs that I've never thought of before that are going to be very amusing when put into practice. Let's see. That's going to be a lot of freaking... That's 24 of those. 28 plus 8, that's 36. Okay. So that's going to be enough. But yeah, no, the factory's going great. I've got red science up, and I've got circuit production up, and I'm working on green science right now. On a pretty large scale. I've actually almost completed researching everything I can with red science. The only stuff that remains are the first tiers of damage research, which are 1,000 apiece. And I'm right now tinkering with this very, let's call it wonky design for green science, but I actually kind of like it. I think it looks kind of cool, and it's designed to actually let the overflow of inserters and belts go into overflow storage, since you slightly overproduce for this with these designs. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think this is gonna be. I think this is the. This is the play, as they say. The pollution is covering my entire screen. I have not seen any biters yet. However, I have made weapons and ammunition for when they inevitably do show up. Because, yeah. I'm kind of just gambling on the fact that I'll have a car and the capability to drive around and find out where the fuck the biters are before they reach the... Before I reach the find out stage of fucking around and finding out. But yes, the pollution is covering the entire goddamn screen. To no one's surprise, when I am in the middle of the fucking desert and doing double the amount of assemblers for production that I usually do. I'm gonna go pick up more bells. Yeah, with this, I'm gonna have iron coming in here. Hold on, I can save on the belts by doing it like this. Makes it even smaller footprint. Splitters. This part I can do at the end. We are cooking a little bit. Just realized I'm gonna have to do another trip of picking up freaking wood to have enough power poles for this. Oh, Skong. I haven't taken the time to pick up Skong. I'm being completely honest. I just haven't found the correct mood for it. Like, the game is great, don't get me wrong. It just didn't strike the right chord. It is a very hard game, and as you know, I am not good at Metroidvanias. I am, in fact, quite bad at Metroidvanias. So, yeah, just haven't found the motivation for it. Let's see. I think that's all of the insert is done. When it comes to the material feed in, we are going to want, let's see, the circuits going like this, and then I need more undergrounds. Technically need undergrounds here as well. Okay, that's all the material feeds in. It's just power. Okay. Let's see. See, that does cover those properly. Nice, nice. And yeah, of course I had to make them. Luckily I actually have the materials for it. But yeah, no, I do kind of want to get back into Silksong at one point. It is a very fun game. I just don't... I haven't found a good reason to. Because it's a fun game, but it's a game where I struggle to feel like I'm accomplishing a lot. Which, yeah, skill issue, but skill issue. There is a way to get wood infinitely, yes. There wasn't in the base game, but with some of the science that you get on Galeba, with the agricultural science, you can get like actual farming, and you can get trees, like you can grow new trees. In fact, you can even set up like planting towers that will automatically plant trees. Like, Glaber actually has a lot of cool stuff, including, like, it even has ways for you to soak up and get rid of pollution. In a very amusing but surprisingly efficient method. I'm just gonna have this set up immediately to the right location. I think everything is hooked up correctly. Actually, I want to set up this overflow thing nicely. So this is going to be output priority left, and this is going to be output priority right, so that the overflow will only go when it's fully saturated, at which point it is going to be placed into these chests. And honestly, I really should make it so that I have like a primary power line going through here. Alright. Moment of truth. We have inserters and belts feeding into green science, and I think, if I've done my math correctly, we should be producing like 0.1 more. Actually, not 0.1. We should be producing. How much more is it? I'm trying to get the math in my head on the overflow. I think it's like half an inserter and half a belt per second more than necessary. I think. Oh wait, I made a doozy. I'm an idiot. Ah, damn it! Cut. There. Fuck. Fucking hell. Oh, of course I made such a stupid mistake. It's supposed to be like this. God damn it. Alright. At least I caught it before it started feeding the damn science spell. Fuck. There. Now it's doing it correctly. Ugh. I wonder if that's a sign that I've been playing for too long or not. If you were wondering, you could have asked. Maybe that'd make me think. Ugh. Now what I am noticing is that I don't have enough iron plates anymore. Shit. Unmoduled. I don't even have modules unlocked, you dingus. You like seeing things burn. Honestly, that's fair. I would not have done any different towards you. I would have been just as spiteful, just as sabotaging. So honestly, completely valid. I have nothing I should have said. I do go on your streams to torment you. That is correct. Yeah, like, genuinely, I mentioned it at the start of the stream, but there wasn't a goddamn soul here then. The thing that made me want to do this run is the thing that I was telling you about in Discord maybe like a month or two back, which is I started a run in solo with 5x science cost, and the fact that the increased science cost made each kind of stage or phase of the game take longer, and also kind of forced me to think on a bigger scale when building, actually made the game a lot more fun for me. Because like I have played a decent bit of Factorio, even though I've never actually finished a run, and this kind of gave me the motivation to potentially do so, like potentially actually finish a complete run, because the scale is making me think about the game and play it in a different way. But yes, in your case there is a risk that you just do the same thing again. That is true. Let's see. I'm gonna need more electric mining drills, and I'm gonna need to get another iron stack, because I am actually, like, genuinely just with this, I am eating up all of my iron and not being able to saturate full production. And I'm not even using green science. Okay. Well, should I just make a frickin' assembler making gears? Yes, I should. In fact, I'm gonna make 2. Because it's one of those things that you just need so bloody much of. Anyway, I'm gonna need to make another furnace stack. Let's see. Can probably make it quite close to the first one. Like this. Gonna need to make more stone furnaces. Inserters and belts, obviously. Food is a good idea. I'm kind of wishing I'd eaten more before I started streaming. I do have some grapes if I get a bit peckish. Might go to that eventually. Oh yeah, now it's really starting to chew through the spare materials. Plates as well. Let's actually get the iron ore up and running first. Otherwise there's very little point to getting more of a furnace stack. Gonna need to scale up the iron production. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to get to some of these final parts of it, and I am worried at how early I'm probably going to have to start looking for other alternatives of getting material, because the scale that I'm building out right now is not really supported by a starter base and a starter patch, but we'll see. We will see. Copper's fine for now, still, I think. But we are definitely chewing through iron. Not to mention that we're going to need to get steel up and running pretty soon. How's this running out? I'm not even using that much. Huh. Oh well. Do I have enough regular inserters? I don't. Not quite. But the overflow should have me covered on that. Never mind, I don't have overflow on inserters. Shit. But this should definitely help with saturation here. I'm probably going to have to double set up this belt in a bit. Which should the first green signs be? I mean, engine or logistics? Honestly, I think logistics for the throughput. Yeah. It's gonna have to be that. I'm gonna need some of these, of course. Alright, let's get to work with the inserters. God, the electric furnace upgrade is going to be immense for this base. Honestly, this might be one of those situations where I actually, when I get bots and electric furnaces, I actually cut off the furnace stacks and build new ones in place instead of moving the entire goddamn base. Like I usually do. Or, not, rather than moving, building an entire goddamn new base. Have enough for this? I don't. Fuck. I'll make a few more. Place power in the meantime. Lock in. I feel like I'm too locked in on this. It's not a good idea. I'm gonna burn out my goddamn brain on this. Yep. Like those misplacements. There we go. Power is hooked up, so I just need the materials to flow in. That we've got iron coming in here. And then we're going to get coal on these. Okay, so I'm gonna need 2 lanes of iron, and I'm gonna need to set up the rest of the frickin' thingies. Give me more splitters. Just gonna do that to make sure full material distribution. Okay. I'm gonna see how many iron mines I'm gonna be able to cram in here. So here, definitely want to try and get a larger amount in. This. That's the closest I can. Ah, wait, no. There's more. There's more potential. Let's see. Okay, so here. Past this one. Here. This is going to look jank as hell, but I think it's necessary. To make sure that I can get as much of the material out as possible. I think that's what gets me the closest I can to fully saturating 2 belts with ore. Coal is fine. How's power? Ah, power's struggling a bit. Good thing I already have some new boilers ready to go. Go. That should fix any power issues. And on top of that, we can now do this. I'm going to need more of these to make sure distribution is being done further down the lane. Doubled steel production, I think. As long as I have enough iron, it's doubled steel production. Which it looks like I do. I think so. Yeah, I think so. All of the furnaces are... not quite. What's this one not getting enough? Is it just not enough throughput? The fuck? That makes no sense. Like, it's 2 full belts. Well, it's as much throughput as I'm able to fucking get, so it is what it is. Is what it fucking is. More importantly, now this is actually running and science is backed up, which means that, yeah, shit's working. And I think I can add on some more labs. Yay. Sites. Oh, that's so much at this stage. Ah! Oh boy. I do kind of need it though. Let's see what else is there. There's automation 2, which is going to give me the better assemblers, but that's kind of useless if I don't have the material throughput. What's the first tier is productivity? I mean, mining productivity is also down that lane on the green science. Holy shit, 2.5k for the first level of mining productivity. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Huh. I'm actually going to do engines and cars first before red belts. Because, oh wait, I need red belts to get cars as well. Never fucking mind. Never fucking mind. Okay. I'll do the red belts first then. Fine game. Fine. I was hoping I could get cars so I could start exploring and find out where the other materials are, because fuck, I'm gonna need them. Okay. So let's add on another row of labs. And then while this is researching, I am actually going to go and start exploring on foot. So I need to find out where the materials are. I guess things are backed up now, but it's not going to be backed up forever when the research starts kicking in. How many more labs can I afford to add on? It says 45 minutes to get logistics 2, which means it's gonna be like 40 minutes to get logistics 2-ish, which means it's gonna be 20 for engine and 20 for automobile. That's like over an hour to get those. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add on another stack of labs. I'm gonna have to add on another stack of labs and then fucking pray. Pray to the goddamn beans that this place doesn't come and eat me alive. Okay, the power's fine. Barely. But the science is backed up, so it's not gonna be fine when the science is no longer backed up. I am gonna add another boiler. Got another 2 boilers. Is the pollution gonna get me? Probably. But, you know. It'll be fine. Trust. Trust in the fact that my entire screen is covered in red. Is there anything I should be handcrafting while taking a stroll? Yeah, probably electric mining drills. Because that's still a thing that I need a fuck ton of. But I don't really have the materials to, or the facilities to automate it yet. There. Okay. Let's start exploring. I'm going to explore out in the desert direction first, because that's where I'm most likely going to have to deal with biters, since I think there's a forest to like the south-south-east, which is probably going to be soaking up some pollution. Okay, I want to find the pollution edges first. Okay, we've got the northern edge here. Oh, water. That's usually a good sign. I think the starting area space I gave myself was 400%, so 4 times as large as the default starting safe area. So depending on how the water is, I could be lucky and be on like an island that doesn't have any biter nests on it, or has very few biter nests on it, and then I could potentially choke point the areas that... Holy shit, this is just one big fucking desert, isn't it? Well, at least I know where I can build when I want to, like, expand properly after I get bots. Is this actually just like a... What? What the fuck? It's just a goddamn sandbar? Yeah, it is. Huh. Kind of looks like a duck. That looks kind of bird-shaped. Yeah, that kind of looks kind of bird-shaped. Cool. I like it. While doing this, I'm gonna be so rude as to eat while working and open my goddamn doors. Oh, these look nice. Oh, these are delicious. They're really juicy. Nice. I think they're the same as the ones that I got during Easter. Okay. Did I lose a grape? Fuck! I lost the grape. It's gone. Gone where? Fuck it. I'll find it after stream. Alright. This is just one big fuck-ass desert. Okay, here's biters. Hello. Thankfully, they seem to be relatively far away from the pollution. Although that is a pretty big nest. What the fuck? Oh. And of course there's the copper. Alright. Well, there's definitely enough copper there. I'm pretty sure if there were any biters in here, they would have been triggered by pollution already. Okay. And more biters. Lovely. Trying to have the areas marked off the map. Okay. That looks like an expansion. Which is weird, because that's really close to an existing nest as well. Wait, does it just stop up in the corner here? Oh yeah, fuck, it does. I mean, I guess that's good, because, like, if I get rid of these three, then that's a lot of area secured. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. Also, shit, I researched radars like ages ago. I should have built them. I should have researched radar so I could look back at my base while I'm gone, actually. No, I'm gonna walk back now and do that. Place some radars. If I walk back now and my base has been eaten by biters, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be very sad. Also, how big is this oil patch? Damn, that's a lot. Nice. Also, that's should be fine on coal. Okay, I want this splotch here revealed. And then I'm gonna go and set up radars. Please be an iron patch here somewhere. Please, 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 please. Probably not. Well, if the trees here weren't dead already, they'd be dead from pollution pretty soon. labs are taken away fine. Fuel's fine, production's fine. Ah, everything's looking pretty good. Everything's looking saturated. Maybe I can scale up the science. Or like even more labs. But let's build those radars first. I'm surprised I've been able to feed this much off of just the starting patch. I guess it is slightly increased in size. Okay, so the overflows are full. And science is more than fully saturated. Okay, well, I guess I can build more labs then. I'll build 2 more rows. I'll have some of them spread out, and then I want to have some of them be like a bit clustered. Get one here. Can have like a cluster of them here. So more of them is going to reveal area faster, because they can scan out and reveal area further out. Alright. Yeah, I can definitely add more labs. Of course I run out. Yeah, I just need more of these in general. Okay. That should help with the research speed quite a bit. And then I'm going to start exploring to the west. See what we find. I think my plan is I'm going to go until I have cars. I think? Yeah, I'm going to go until I unlock cars and get a bit of a drive around and get an overview of the area so that I can make a plan. And I think that is going to be the whole shebang for today. Let's see. Got the oil though. At least getting petroleum set up is going to be relatively easy. So we have it like literally right over there. So it's going to be a bit of a, mostly a non-issue. Honestly, just the biggest thing that I'm worried about, or considering, is I need to have access to another iron patch. I'm gonna have to find another iron patch somewhere. Hopefully not completely biter infested, but I don't know. It's gonna be difficult. Because it doesn't look like the game is wanting to be generous on that part. Of course, it has more copper. Not iron, but just more copper. Rude. And more biters. That looks... could be expansion sized, could be just a fresh nest. That's another nest pretty close by, though. Don't aggro. Okay. So that's pretty sizable. Like, this one I definitely have to clear out these nests to mine it. That's coal, that one. Same for that one, honestly. Thankfully it's quite far away from the pollution. But there are quite a few biters with quite big biter nests out here. Okay. I'm gonna add military on this queue here, just to just to start working on it. There are some pretty solid patches of resources out here, though. Like, these are going to be very nice to get set up trains to. Okay, so this is going to be a choke point. Either here or slightly further up, depending on coal mining necessities. What do we have further down here? Maybe it's not a checkpoint, depends on what's here. I mean, this can be closed off. Unless this is just a pool. Oh no, it's not a pool. Or if it is, it's a fucking big one. I've been thinking how I want to do the choke points in terms of defenses, especially when I'm getting to the point of leaving Malvis. And like, laser turrets are great, but I kind of want to have more reliable defenses than just laser turrets. But then I'm probably going to have to have them, those like outposts, defense outposts, be supplied with trains. Well, that's nice. It's another oil field with a pretty solid yield. Not a lot of caps, but that's fine. I wonder how far this like peninsula goes, or if it just goes and expands into a greater landmass. Also the fact that I'm still just finding like fucking desert everywhere. What the hell is this? Operation Desert Storm? At this pace, it's kind of Operation Desert Yawn. This is probably not the most exciting thing to watch. I'm not gonna be real. I had a conversation with some friends. I think it was yesterday. Actually, yeah, it was yesterday, because I was talking with Pei. This Pei has been nagging me to stream for a while. He's like, hey, you should do it. It's a good idea. You're funny. Do it. Do the thing. Do the thing. Even though he'd never admit that I'm funny on camera. And I was like, I was playing Railworld, which is, I'd say, I wouldn't say it's more niche than Factorio, but it's different niche than Factorio. Also, yeah, this just keeps going. Okay, fuck it, I'm turning back. It's a different niche than Factorio, but I think it's more niche in the sense that it's for very particular audiences. I feel like Factorio, depending on the settings and the streamer, Factorio you can kind of watch without having played Factorio and kind of get what's going on. It's a lot harder with Rimworld, I think. Like, Rimworld is... it's another, like, management game. It's not, like, in industry optimization, but it's, like, colony management and stuff. With everything from, like, food production, clothes, heat, cold, health, recreation, mood, everything is, like... it's a very in-depth game, which I thoroughly enjoy. And Pei was being like, hey, you should stream that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'd be the best thing on camera. I'd rather stream Factorio, to be honest. But, like, Factorio is kind of suffering from a similar problem, potentially. But, whatever. Important part is... you're kidding me. Are you fucking kidding me? There was an iron vein and it got cut off by the water generation. Fuck you. Fuck you, Factorio. God damn it. God damn it. I'll fucking find you, Coverx. I'm gonna fucking enrich you, you dipshit. Okay, that's rude and weird and niche. Why the fuck did I say that? Oh, more copper. Lovely. Wait, it's the same one that I found earlier. Never mind. Okay. You know, just so I don't go back and, like, get mad at myself, I'm actually going to check out what's inside this area here before I leave. Okay, let's see. So, almost done with logistics. It's about a minute left. Oh! Okay. I guess I know what kind of power we're doing once we've gotten through the 8,000 research for uranium power and everything in before. Yes. Yes. Thank you, game. Thank you, game. Thank you so much, game. I'm sorry, Coverx. I'm sorry for what I said, Coverx. I forgive you. I forgive everything. You've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong. Thank you for this iron patch. God, it's not even in the way of the biters. Holy shit. Okay, that is awesome. That is actually awesome. With that in mind, I'm very inclined to get trains up and running, but I want to know that I'm safe first, so I'm going to have to check the rest of the pollution cloud. I'm going to glance over and see everything is okay here. That it is. Science is still backed up. Holy shit. Yeah, I guess the scale of production that I went for is really fucking solid, huh? I need to actually do the math on how much science I've done. What's the actual... okay, it's running at 96 SPM currently. I think with tier 2 assemblers, this is going to be like 160 SPM or something. Which, you know, it's good. Makes sense for the fucking kind of base and settings I'm playing on. Okay. So now engines are going to take only 9 minutes. Oh wait, are these faster research? It's 15 seconds, whereas what's that I just completed? I just completed... oh, this is one of those double time ones. Okay, so now it's actually going to be chewing through the science twice as fast. Interesting. We'll see if it holds up under that kind of duress. Okay, so actual forests, even though it's still on the sand. Where's the actual green, like, green terrain, forest terrain on this map. I swear to God, it's just not here. I haven't set up steel, so I can't even make a car. Oh, well, fuck. Never mind then. Well, if I need to set up steel... how many furnaces do I have left? None. Okay. I do need to get a steel stack going. Oh, more iron. Just like a pretty small patch though. But still. Every little bit helps. Alright, let's just check north from here just to get an eye on where the biters might be. Oh, there they are. 2 nests. Good to know. And yeah, now we're finally getting into forest territory. That is definitely an expansion nest. There's also, I think, the thing closest to the pollution cloud. I'm going to come back here pretty soon with grenades, I think. Oh, fuck. I think I aggroed them. Yep. Is that a big biter? Yeah, it is. Fuck. Oh, medium biter. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, I am definitely going to be bringing grenades when I come back here. Shit. I'm glad I didn't try and take that nest on. And I'm glad that the ones that are coming close are on this side, because you can see the pollution cloud is a lot bigger out here, because the terrain itself with no trees takes a lot longer to absorb the pollution. So here I got a bit of a buffer. Okay, I'm gonna go north until I find water. Or okay, maybe not until I find water, but until I find, like... Actually, yeah, it is until I find water. Never mind. Okay, we've got copper, stone, that's good. So we are actually going to need a lot of stone as well. Alright. Well, that is a good amount of territory uncovered. So we do have... like at least a quarter, closer to half of the sort of circumference of our area is covered by water, so that does minimize significantly how much we have to lock down when we get to that stage. So I want to be able to leave Narvis quite safely once we start doing space age stuff, going to the other planets. But for that I'm going to need to have a lot of control over where the biters are. These grapes are delicious. So you almost got engines, then you get cars, then military, explosives damage, and then actual military science. Because talking from experience, I really want to have rockets going. What else is that that's like locked behind a lot of things? Fluids. Okay, yeah, automation 2 is one of the next big steps up. To put that in. Okay, now it kind of looks like, yeah, now it's eaten through the science buffer. Alright. But then it's, yeah, it's only eaten through the science buffer to the point where we're not producing enough. We're not running out of materials, which is fine. That's the important part. Because that means I can actually get a stack for steel set up. Now, a full belt of steel is not going to happen, but what I'm thinking is if we do not 24, but we do 30. Let's see. And then we do another 30 so that we can have the steel production going nicely off of that. Because if we do, let's see. If I do this, so I'm going to have the iron plates going on the center here. And then I can split. I'll move this a little bit further down, just to have some space in between. So what I want to do is I want to do filtered splitters with coal. This. And then I just do a regular splitter here. Like this. Because then we can get the iron feed from the first part of the belt, or from the first section here, to be split in two and go to the side load them onto here with the coal, and then we can get the steel in the center here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we can get the steel here. I think 3 in between is actually enough. That should work. So I'm going to need 60 furnaces for that, which is... well, that's half of them. 60 furnaces, which also means 180 inserters. No, 120, not 180. What the fuck am I talking about? Let's collect these two. The final two, the last two burner miners. 25 burner miners. That's the total amount I've been using. That's actually not too bad. Okay. Let's start tiling this up. And then it's just going to have the same module here, essentially. These. And grab some inserters from here. Nice, very nice. Get these splitters in place. Yes. And inserter time. I'm actually getting pretty good at this now. I guess I've done it a shit ton of times now, so. Do I have enough for the whole thing? No, probably not. Let's see. I'm gonna run out at like a couple left. God damn it. Oh, actually, wait. Since I've done most of them, never mind. It's fine. So power is connected. Nice. All of these little ones. Yeah. So with this, we're gonna have steel up, which means we can make a car, we can start making the things we need to progress to the next tier of science. So from here, the path is gonna be fluid handling and oil gathering, and then goes into the whole like petrochemical debacle. But we need steel to make like oil rigs and oil foundries and stuff. And we can also get advanced materials processing so that we can double up things here. Problem with that, I don't think there is enough output from the mines to support stacking all of this up to steel furnaces and red belts. But if I can hook up this iron mine here, there will be enough. So I think that is going to be the goal for that part of the journey, I guess you can call it. But I think I want to use trains for that, so I'm going to. But for that, we're definitely going to need steel to make rails and the locomotives themselves and everything. Let's hook this up. That looks fine. Yeah, this all looks fine, including the filters. So it just all needs to fill up. Can probably start producing some stuff on the lower side here because there is a lot of open space for it. I think I might put like higher tier belt production and other stuff like that down there. The science, the next tier of science will probably be up here. But there's a lot of stuff I need to produce before that. Right, military, that's gonna go relatively quickly. Was the previous one that we did also one of those 30 per second things? Yeah, engine, automobile was 30 per second. Alright, let's quickly look at the queue. Automation 2. I think we need rails before it's worth doing advanced materials processing. I want concrete, not gonna lie, I really want concrete, but we need the rails. For that, I'm also going to need to set up stone mining. And a shit ton of steel. And I'm going to need automated rails. Holy shit, 750 for rails. 2,000 for automated rail transportation. Are you kidding me? Okay, fine. Be that way, you bastard. God damn it. It's gonna take forever. Alright. Just be that way. Just be that way. Freaking rude. Alright. But we've got steel. That should be taken away pretty well. Also going to complete the steel axe thing immediately, or in very quickly, so that's good. Just move those radars when I eventually need to stack up on more copper. We are a little thin on coal. Just add some more mining drills for that. There we go. Alright. Put that out of the way. Now getting steel. We're nowhere near full belt of steel, but like getting a full belt of steel is, like, for comparison, a full belt is 15 items per second. With a regular furnace, you need 48 because it's 0.31. Steel is 0.06. Getting a full, even yellow belt of steel is a ridiculous amount of furnaces. It is completely unreasonable to try and get that much steel going at this stage of the game. But at one point I am going to have to try and go for it. Though that's going to be more likely red belts, which is twice as much. Although, let's be honest, I don't think it's going to happen until after Vulcanus, when I have foundries, because fucking hell. Though who knows with the ridiculous science levels I'm going to need to even get there. Well, we'll see. It's another 30-second thing, so it's stacked up. Good to know. I have military 1 unlocked, so I can start making grenades. Might want to automate that. Potentially. I'm gonna make this same module here. Just mirror it to the... No, actually, I'm gonna make it here. So I do want to have a surplus storage for steel as well. It is definitely going to be necessary. Give me more steel. I want to make steel chests. I was about to say, why are they not powered? Oh, it's because the power pole is fake. Priority left, so it doesn't pull until it is full. I do like having these surplus chests. You never know when it becomes necessary. Nice. Alright. I think that is going to be a good place to leave it for now. I think next time focus is going to be on getting set up stone mining and I guess brick production as well. Engines, and we're going to start working on trains so that we can use trains for getting iron and eventually copper. Well, we also need to get some military stuff so that we can clean up the biter nests. Probably this one here closest is going to be the first problem. We're hopefully going to have explosives done by then. You know, get a ton of grenades ready as well. That'll be helpful. And then hook up the oil. Still not decided. I want to do trains for the oil just because it's the train run. It's the Railworld thing. At this distance, it's completely feasible to pump it, but trains are funny, so we'll see. We'll see what we do. Do like trains and then a giant fucking storage stockpile. Something along those lines. But yeah, that is going to be it for now. Definitely got pretty far. Like, I think I've been playing for... Let me see if I do a save here now. I've been playing for a total of almost 3.5 hours. So for a 10x run, I think this is pretty nice. We've got pretty good mining utilization of the starter patch. We've got 2 full sets of iron and a set of copper and okay steel production. We've got some nice circuit production and a pretty good red and green signs going. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to turn this into like a somewhat regular stream thing. I've got a lot more time on my hands now. I just need to stop procrastinating. So I guess trying to find some productivity someplace might be the way to do it. But yeah, thank you for watching and hope to see you next time. Peace.